a haunted encounter at the Southern Cultural Heritage Foundation. In 2013, just a few months after completing my time at Job Corps, I decided to join AmeriCorps. Since Job Corps and AmeriCorps often work together, it felt like a natural next step. I was sent to Vicksburg, Mississippi, for my first term. The premise of AmeriCorps was national relief, assisting with disaster recovery when needed. But in the absence of natural disasters, we were assigned to various projects across the state. During our first month in Vicksburg, my crew was tasked with helping out at the Southern Cultural Heritage Foundation, an old building with a storied history. Originally an orphanage, it later served as a place for wounded soldiers. As we arrived, we were given a tour, and from the start, I couldn't shake a feeling of unease. The building had a heavy, eerie atmosphere that seemed to cling to every corner. My sensitivity to such things runs in my family, so I wasn't surprised to be affected. But this was different. Our main task was to clean and maintain the building, which included scraping old asbestos off the walls. The work was tedious but necessary, and the building's age showed in every chipped paint and creaking floorboard. The stairs were so narrow that you could easily break your neck if you weren't careful. As we worked, I felt increasingly anxious, especially after venturing into a dark, windowless bathroom that seemed to radiate a cold, oppressive energy. I couldn't stay in there for long. Things started to get really strange after that. Several of my crewmates, including Doug, Mayo, Juana, and her boyfriend, who I'll call Rafiki, all came to me at different times, asking if I had called their names. I hadn't, in fact. I hadn't said a word. They all swore they heard me, but I dismissed it as a weird coincidence, maybe a prank. But it didn't stop there. Later, our team leader, Elizabeth, called me downstairs to help her move some pews in what used to be a church on the lower level. As we worked, we both froze when we heard one of the pews creak and move on its own. We tried to brush it off, thinking maybe it was just our tired minds playing tricks on us in the sweltering Mississippi heat. But then Doug joined us to help finish up, and the same thing happened again. This time, we didn't just shrug it off. We hurried to finish and get out of there. Elizabeth confided that she had called me for help because she had also heard strange noises and didn't want to be alone. I then shared what had happened with Doug, Mayo, and the others, and we all started piecing together our odd experiences. After that, I went back upstairs to check Doug's work, wanting to make sure everything was done correctly before we left. As I was finishing up, I heard what I thought was everyone calling my name again. I rushed out to see what they wanted, only to find the building completely empty. They had all already left, waiting for me in the car. That was when the weight of the situation hit me. Whatever had been calling out to us wasn't any of my crewmates. Though the experiences weren't terrifying in the traditional sense, they left us all deeply unsettled. We later speculated that the spirits of the soldiers who had suffered and died there, as well as the children from its days as an orphanage, might still linger in the building. The history of such places is often shrouded in darkness, and it felt as though that darkness had brushed up against us during our time there.